Okay, good day. Welcome to C7 Hobbies Hangout. Hello, hello. How's everybody doing? Looking good, good over here, good over there. All right, come on. All right, so I figure this thing out here. That one, or I can do this one. Let's see which one works best across both, and we'll see what happens. All right, coolio. All right. Beauty. So, still a bit of delay. Why is there? I don't understand. Technology is great when it works, at least when it wants to. And for some reason, it's a little off today. All right, we are painting space wolves, space wolfies. So these are the two that I had prior. Oh, I didn't take out a. I like for guns. I like for guns. Gonna go with the cool gray. All right. So we've got them set up in their current one set of colors. I've got a few that. Okay, only this two. I have all their colors because I've also got the brown on the leather. So let's get the brown on the other leathers and we'll get those sorted out. Once we've done the other figures and their items, we'll come back. Did I do the gun in? Getting some paw prints all over these guys. All right. These got leather on that side. I got the black. It's too early this morning. Need another coffee. All right. So we're going to use some dark umber. For the leather. Oh, that reminds me. I didn't get. Let's get this going. There we go. Let's see here. There we go. Beauty. That works out. How's everyone doing today? How are things coming along? Finished the Dark Angel Intercessors yesterday evening, which was nice. So those have been built. Now it's just a matter of getting those primed. So I'm throwing brushes away. It's a rough morning. Oh, thanks for the follow. Oh, geez, thank you. Welcome. Things. Usually stream in the afternoon. I'm usually fully awake by then, but today, unfortunately, I've got a date with the wife. Not unfortunately that I'm dating the wife, but unfortunately that I won't be able to stream this afternoon. Just the clarity sense. I love you, dear. Thanks for the subscription. Oh, geez. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. How are things? How you been? You working on anything special? Obviously, we're now painting these intercessors. After these intercessors, I'm not 100% sure what the next project will be. You can join us on our Discord. That's where we vote. I should actually open up the voting. Now that I finished the Dark Angel Intercessors, at least just building them. What we tend to do is trying to build up my backlog of built and primed miniatures so we can just start painting a whole bunch of stuff. People prefer to watch me paint than build, so hence building the last few streams. Now that I'm back on YouTube streaming, just nice. Obviously more on Twitch if those are on there. Enjoy your date, pal. I appreciate it. I certainly will. We're going into town. It's about a 45 to an hour drive. Then we gotta take public transit because of lack of parking in the much downtown core areas. So a little bit of a trek, but it's something the wife's been looking forward to for quite some time, so it'll be nice and exciting. And it's not something we do a lot, so it's just nice to go out on the town for a bit and go see a show. It's a live show, comedy show. And then go for dinner and then head back home. So yeah, appreciate it. I don't have any other mother. That's the problem. Alright, that's one. Okay, that one's already coming back. gonna do what, 3 at a time today? Yeah, we'll start with 3 at a time. So if I start getting into too many, the issue becomes you forget where you're at or what you're doing on the other ones, and then all of a sudden you're going to start missing some details. There's nothing worse than doing that. I will pick up a miniature after doing like 5 or 6 of them, and then realize, oh, I missed this. I got to take out more colors, and I forgot to get that. Oh, it's just a pain. So, if you like to do 6 or 10 at a time, I know some people out there do, and that's cool, man. That's whatever floats your boat, eh? That's it's just whatever works for you. I mean, there's no right or wrong way to do this hobby. As much as the gatekeepers say that there's, you got to do this or you got to do that. I mean, there's better ways to do things, but there's no right or wrong way. There's their way, our way. Maybe a better way if we don't know it already, but yeah, I'm trying to do only a few at a time. So the paints don't always will work well. So you notice I'm working with a wet palette, and I'm working with Pro Acryl paints. Pro Acryl paints do not like wet palettes. They prefer damp palettes. So you gotta make sure it's not, that your paper is not floating in water. It's just damp enough to keep it going for the painting session. So, because if you put in too much water, the paint starts to break up, and then you're just having a bad day. It's happened a number of times, and happens quite a bit to other painters who are not as familiar with Pro Acryl. Pro Acryl, unlike other paints, you don't really need to thin. I mean, it's nice to, you can thin it a little, but it's not, it doesn't need to be floating on your wet palette. Otherwise it starts to break down, and people start complaining about the paints, and it's like, well, you know what, it's not the paint's fault, it's the palette. So a lot of people will actually use Pro Acryl, but use it on a dry palette, kind of tile, or even just on the paper, just without the sponge underneath. I do that every once in a while. All right, so we got those 3 guys done. Beauty. Now we'll start with the coal black. Do in between, behind the knees, kind of the thigh, butt areas, and then within the shoulder, if they're showing us that area. Well, and this guy maybe a little, not a lot. The boss, not really, but definitely behind the knees are definitely the spot there. There we go. These guys, right on the the other side of the shoulder is done. So we'll get the coal black for that. All right. Actually, while we're doing, I want to get that magazine before I forget. It seems I've already painted the guns and totally missed the magazine. Obviously, when you're painting black, you got to be really careful not to hit everything else. But it's you're steady with it. Other parts of the gun here. Granted, not like a lot of people are going to see the inside there. There we go. Beauty. All right. All right. So things have been fairly good this weekend. How's everyone else's? Not a great deal going on. Can I get in there? There we go. A little bit on the dark blue or the armor plates, but not enough that you're going to recognize and notice it. Again, we're not painting golden demons here. We're just getting guys on the table. Again, they're intercessors. They're regular troops. I'm not planning to spend oodles and oodles of time on these guys. I would not even even though they're Space Marines, maybe the leader, which is this guy here, maybe he might get a little bit extra, but not much. And most leaders would be the ones that are attached to the squad. Those are troops that I would actually give a little bit more time on, just because again they have multiple wounds, like 4, 8 wounds depending on who. They're going to last more than a turn. And therefore I'm willing to spend a little bit more time on them. Whereas regular troops, I'm sorry. You guys are tabletop ready and only tabletop ready. And that's just the way it is. Why do I do it that way? Well, when I first started, I spent way too much time on a squad. I mean a lot. They look pretty darn sharp. I deployed them, and I never got to play them. They all died right then and there. Granted, that's probably a deployment issue on my part, but even after, when I, a second game, when I deployed them correctly, or better, they made it through the first turn, so I got to play them. So I was like, sweet, we're moving here, we're going to attack here, and I'm going in this way, and the dice were just not on my side, and they were gone. And it was so disheartening painting these beautiful little guys and then them being completely gone and dead before anything exciting happens. And so from then on, I was like, you know what? Nope. Most of these guys are not going to make a turn or two. As long as they're tabletop ready. And again, arm's distance. As long as they're looking pretty sharp from that distance, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you want to paint them like display standard or golden demon, or hey man, that's up to you. That you go, you do you. For me, it's a matter of just getting guys on the table, having some fun. And, once you start getting oodles and oodles of plastic, it's to a point where we gotta add in progress. on Twitch. What about on YouTube? How's everyone on YouTube doing? Doing all right, doing okay. Things are good. Things are happening. All right. Done in 2. And boom. See what Frosty Tools have to do. Sticking through these breaks. A legendary guardian of guys has a human head, but its powerful form is borrowed from what majestic beast of the desert? The Great Sphinx. Ah, yeah, Giza. This combines a human head with the powerful body of a lion. Cool. So yeah. So I was saying about just painting tabletop ready guys. Eventually, when you get so much plastic and have a backlog of opportunity, you're going to just want to get your guys out on the table. And it's not mean to rush and just, they're good, they're done, just get them out. No. But I've actually got a YouTube video. Return on investment. You know, it's going to take you 80% of the time to get to a certain point, and then after that, then you gotta bite the bullet and figure out, are you actually getting any increase in investment on the time that you're willing to allocate? You know, these guys, I mean, up to this point, just the basic colors is probably enough to get onto the tabletop for some people. And that's okay. And if that's what they want, do it. Get her on, get her done, and let's go. Others will want to do the highlights and do the pretty stuff, and obviously you want to base them. Other things that you can do. Don't have to do everything first shot. Excuse me. Say the last 20% of a paint job is going to take you 80% of the time. And that 20%, because they're so tiny, especially if you're wearing cheat glasses, little magnifiers and whatnot to get into certain aspects, I can guarantee you 80% of people are not even gonna notice it. Vegathron, howdy, hello, welcome. Thanks for stopping by and making it. How are things? How's the weekend? Things are good here. Obviously streaming Sunday morning instead of Sunday afternoon. Because I've got a date with the wife this afternoon. So I can't necessarily stream this afternoon. I've been itching to try to get more of these Intercessors done, so let's see here. And then the blade should, this needs to be black. Just oh, the silver. I've been a little average, to be honest, but I got some painting done. Good, which was nice. Just finished up, actually. Well, good. Oh, nice to hear that. You know, it's too bad a little average, but I'm glad you pushed through. That's actually surprisingly enough, I just filmed my next YouTube episode, and it was something about that. Where, you know, some people wait till the last, or not last minute, but wait for things to fall into place, especially to paint and do things with their guys. And those who show up and do even just a mediocre job, maybe even 15-20 minutes, half hour on a paint job or something, regardless if they're tired or whatever, they just show up and they just do it. Those are the people who are going to be around for 10, 20 years. Guaranteed. That's just it. So, glad to hear that you got her done. It's what we gotta... Again, it's a hobby. It's there's going to be good days, there's going to be bad days, there's going to be some... you know, mad days, and just gotta, it's just a hobby. Just enjoy it, have fun. Which is Sunday night here. Well, at least now you'll be able to catch a little bit more of the stream, I guess. There's also another reason why I'm actually thinking about doing Sunday morning streams, because I've got some followers in Asia as well who aren't always able to catch the streams. So Sunday morning or more the evening on their side, like yourself. So again, something to try out. Let's see what happens today. I might try again next week. I don't know. See what happens. The blue looks so nice. It does, doesn't it? Yeah. It looks really sharp. I'm actually really happy how it turned out. Especially considering it's with my older paints. Let's see what I got here. Yep. It's a zenithal with, it's a gray wolf with the fog gray as a zenithal. So I did the black. Did a slight zenithal of the white just to give me an idea of where I wanted the fog gray. Then sprayed them all to wolf gray, and then did a fog gray, which turned out really nice. Then I was contemplating doing another ice storm with a Gorgon hide mix of a much higher highlight, but I'm thinking I might just do this by hand. So I might do that and see how it turns out. The last time I did this was my second edition, guys. So yeah, we'll see. But it's yeah, it's you know, it's dark in certain areas where again the zenithal really does just like the top of the shoulders, the helmet, the backpack, part of the legs. Where it would be kind of more brighter kind of aspect. So yeah, no, it's I'm And I did it with the airbrush too, so I'm really happy with how it turned out as well. Thanks. So, but yeah, we're let's see what's next. Do I got all the black on this one? Very crisp indeed. Thank you. Yeah, well, very smooth. That's the one big. I was surprised. Obviously, there's probably a little bit better I could have done in this corner here, but again, from arm distance, it looks fine. So yeah, because then, oh, there he is. So there's the what is he? A sergeant, captain? A lieutenant. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the lieutenant. So I'll, and then I've got the Reavers as well. But again, today we're focusing on the Intercessors, and I got a few of the helmets and one head for the leader of the pack to do. Don't think we'll get through everything, but again, just enough colors on it that again, I can start playing with them, and then we can pop it off, make them better as we go. All right. Something about the shoulder pads. I think I need to figure out how I'm going to do that. Actually, I think what we will do is we'll start working on the yellow shoulder pads. The yellow looks okay. Probably needs another coat. Look at it really close. It's okay. We're gonna add some depth to it. So right now it's with the golden yellow. We're gonna do some fired lizard in the corners. This really needs to be watered down, really thin. Brian, morning. How are you doing? How are things? Different today, doing a morning stream instead of the evening or afternoon, I guess. It's because I've got a date with the wife this afternoon. Going into town, and it's gonna be a full afternoon event, so. How are things? How's everybody doing? This is going to be too thick. Yeah. Too much in the brush. Run it around the sides for now, and then we're going to glaze a little bit later, a little bit further out. For now, doing well, just painting. Nice. What are you painting today? Others that joined us who just finished their painting sessions for the day. There we go. doing. Painting a Skaven rat org for my chaos team. Ooh, cool. That sounds awesome. Skaven rat org. So Friday evening, or at least Saturday morning at midnight, or Friday night, was the Exodites going on sale. Surprisingly enough, the first store I went to, I hit refresh at midnight, or just a couple of seconds, a second before midnight. So the page would show up at midnight. Sold out. Come to find out, most stores only got 5 boxes. How? 5 boxes. Good afternoon. Adrian's Brush, how are things? Welcome. Just talking about the Exodites on Friday evening. My adventures in attempting to get a box. So yeah, first store sold out. Even as I refreshed. I don't understand. How are people that quick? Like just. I mean, it was midnight, 01 seconds, and it was already sold out. It's just ridiculous. I had to go to 3 stores. Thankfully, the 3rd store, I managed to get it in my cart and check out fast enough to make it work. And then after I purchased it, went back to the screen to refresh, and they were gone. And in where I'm located, they need to have 2 boxes, and because they have to have one in English and one in French. They're unable to sell the one in English unless they have it in French. So it's so already they had probably more stock than other stores who just sell normally just in English. To the point where I was like, if I have to, I will order it in French. I don't care. Granted, I can't read the book very well in French, but at least I got the models. But yeah, anyways, I did get them. I resisted the pre-order. Did you get? Yes, I did. I did get them at the 3rd store. Thankfully. Oh, I was like, come on, really? Yeah, it was the 3rd store. And then afterwards I decided, let's take because I've got a few stores on all set up and ready with accounts and everything else, and sure enough they were gone. It was just unbelievably how quick they went. And then I came to read an article the following morning where, yeah, they only had 5 boxes per place. I mean, granted, it's a kill team, and they usually don't always stock up enough of the kill team stuff, but still, it's like, man, why? These are models that people have been waiting 30 plus years, like myself. Why would you do such a thing with just 5 boxes? Like, And of course, obviously, people were blaming the scalpers, but we'll see how if the scalpers even got any. Jeez. Hard to say. Vegatron. Unfortunately, it is a work night for me, so I gotta hit the hay. No worries. Again, thanks for just stopping by. I appreciate it. Enjoy. Have a good evening, and hopefully have a great start to your week, my friend. Absolutely. Pull out this yellow a little bit more. Sides. Look a little bit more worn. But yeah, again, I'm just really poor forecasting on Games Workshop's part. I mean, really, guys. Exodites, you guys were hyping them up, saying, oh, I mean, granted, they may have a whole bunch more when they're individually sold, because again, this was the box set for Orcs and the Exodites, but it comes with the lore book for the Exodites, so I know that's what quite a few people were really looking forward to, so I don't know, it's hard to say. Does that work the other way? Yeah, kind of. See how it goes. Intentional scarcity. Yeah. Yeah. I don't. Excuse me. Yeah, that's. It's unfortunate that they do that. I mean, the other company that did that once, and actually they ended up losing about it because of it, was, if you recall, back in the day, the Nintendo Wii. The Nintendo Wii did that. They tried to create their own scarcity in it. And it actually hurt them in the long run. From that standpoint, which is unfortunate because it was a good system, but then excuse me. I remember back in the day trying to get a Wii. Everybody was trying to get a Wii. Nobody was able to get a Wii. And again, them trying to create this scarcity of this. And then until the end that everybody decided, you know what? Well, I'm going to go elsewhere. I'm ready to buy a system. I'll get a PlayStation. I'll get an Xbox. I'll get something else. You know? And it's something that could happen to Games Workshop where, you know, maybe people were ready to get Exodites, and then we're like, you know what? Maybe I'll go to Conquest. Because Conquest actually has an army with dinosaurs. They are the best ones to actually kit bash if you want to create your own Exodites. They got Brontosauruses and Triceratops and a whole gambit of dinosaurs. And so, you know, if that's the case, that's a tough one. As long as profits remain high for Games Workshop, they'll continue. It's true. It's true. I mean, their marketing team is phenomenal. I will give them credit. Wow. They're on point. However, as for actually getting enough stuff, because I think they over forecasted Armageddon. from what I've heard. As much as they wanted to make sure everybody got a box, a lot of stores are sitting on a lot of boxes. So they, they're capable of hitting it hard on certain boxes, but not so much on others. It's just, I don't know. Because orcs have been coming out hard since Armageddon, which has been nice. So that might be another reason for this box. I don't know. Again, I'm just speaking from an Eldari perspective, because that's who I've always played and done things with. So, but all right, let's finish off the leather. Originally, I was thinking of using this dark orange brown. But because I was going to do the face and hair of my other leader, I took out the orange oxide. And I recall I have a recipe with orange oxide that actually is better than the orange brown for the leather. So that's what we're going to do. Rand, I don't think Games Workshop cares about the stores as long as Games Workshop can move the number of boxes they want to. Yes and no. I mean, they care because it's automatic profit for now. If the store buys it, the store gives them money, that's profit. They don't care if the store sells them or not. So as long as they can get the stores to buy their stuff, for them it doesn't matter. So they are, in a sense, moving the boxes that they need to. So it's, it's a tough one. And I mean, it's always funny because even when, you try to forecast certain things like a barbecue, oh, everybody's going to eat a burger, maybe a hot dog, and this many chips or whatever. I mean, you always run out of something, but always have extras of others. It's forecasting is never. It's an art and a science. It's not easy. As much as we would think that, we can do it better. Do a barbecue. Then tell me how well. Like, literally, do a barbecue where there's like almost nothing left. It's very rare. And especially with people not complaining that there wasn't enough stuff. If people are complaining there's not enough stuff, well then obviously we missed the mark on that part. But it happens. It happens. It's tough. So I don't know. It's they Games Workshop obviously does it often, but also it depends on how they're capable of getting stuff out. We already know that there's they're trying to open up another factory to be able to create more troops and gears and stuff, and things are behind, so we know that. And hopefully with the new factory, I don't know when that's supposed to open up. It's supposed to soon, I guess. And then hopefully we'll get more stuff, but I think we're still going to be short on stuff. That's the problem. And we got an ad. Alright, everybody's back. Yeah, no, it's good. Back in the center here. Beauty. Yeah, I mean, it's... Hopefully we can get more stuff, but again, even with the new factory, I think it's going to be tough just because there's more people in the hobby now, which is good, but more people means also more demand, and you know, as much as we hate it, it's also a good problem to have. Because you don't want to, as a company, you don't want to have extra stock where you can't sell and move stuff, and then all of a sudden it just can't do anything. So the fact that they're capable of moving stock, which is great. It's just unfortunate they don't always get it right in regards to those poor Xenos people. You know, I think they tend to do a lot. You know, again, it's the space marines, it's blueberries, it's what sells, it's the face of the company, and a little heavy on the highlight there. See if we can thin it down a little bit more. But yeah, no, so I'm glad I did manage to get my Exodites. However, that being said, I come to realize I cannot play my said Exodites in Warhammer 40k yet. I can play them on Kill Team, but I can't play them on... In order to play them in Warhammer 40k, there's squads of 9. And they only come with 3. So I need another 2 boxes. Way to go, Games Workshop. You better make enough boxes. Right. In order to get 9. That's just... Oh. Unless they change the rules. You know, I'm surprised it was squads of 9. I would have thought squads of 3. But I mean, it's like as bad as jet bike. Well, I mean, the jet bikes, they got down to 3 now, so that helped. Because, man, I only have 9 bikes. At least for Wind Riders. I've got a few others. But again, some of them are... not. Same kind going forward, so I don't know. It'll be interesting nonetheless. It'll be interesting nonetheless. So we'll see. See what happens. This whole thing. I didn't check my email today to see what's coming up on sale on Friday. This coming Friday. See what comes out there. But yeah. I mean, it was the same when the Eldari refresh came out. The Eldari refresh came out, and then all of a sudden, everything and anything Eldari, you couldn't get. I was not able to get anything. I had to go to another store who thankfully will order directly and will place, like, whatever I ask that they're looking for, or I'm looking for, they'll place an order on my behalf, which is nice. And it took a long time. Like, I ended up having to call them twice, going, guys, have you heard anything about my order, man? They were like, nope. Like, okay. Months later, try again. Hey, man. It's just crazy, man. It took me forever to get some of my aspect orders. Oh, that's exactly it. Like, it was bad. I was like, wow. I couldn't believe. Because then everybody wanted an Eldar army all of a sudden. And I'm thinking it's going to be the same now with Exodites all of a sudden. I fear it's going to be the same. I'm hoping it's not, but which Exodites or which aspects did you have problems with, Rand? My last order of Eldari, I was having problems getting Dark Reapers. And Shining Spears. The Shining Spears were the ones that were really tough. Those were tough. Oh, the guy's like, I got your Dark Reapers, but I don't have Shining Spears yet. And I'm like, oh my god, no. Dark Reapers as well. Oh my goodness. Howling Banshees. Really? Wow. No, I didn't have problems with the Howling Banshees. Granted, I had Howling Banshees ordered prior to the refresh, so that was helpful. What was the other one? I thought there was one more. Because the Striking Scorpions, I ended up getting the Kill Team. That was an easy, quick one. I know Swooping Hawks took me forever. Swooping Hawks before the refresh, even before the refresh, those were impossible to find. Oh, I went to almost every hobby store in Canada that had a website. I kind of went through and asked, and granted it was online only, and then some people were like, oh yeah, I've got some, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll order it. Well, we can't find them right now. Like, don't tell me you have them when you say you can't find them. And then finally, all of a sudden, I got an email from Games Workshop saying, hey, Swooping Hawks are back in stock. And so I ordered the Swooping Hawks. They were in resin. And literally, as soon as I finished painting them, I think it was like a couple of weeks later, after I painted the last one, the refresh came out and there were new Swooping Hawks. I was like, oh my god. I wasn't upset about it because I love Swooping Hawks. The Swooping Hawks were the model that got me into Eldari. I still don't have Swooping Hawks. Oh no. Oh, those are beautiful models. Absolute gorgeous models. Probably my favorite out of all the Eldari is the Swooping Hawks. I think that was my first stream. Was this my Swooping Hawks? My old ones? Let me double check here. I'm pretty sure. Yes, it was. My first ever stream on Twitch and YouTube was the Swooping Hawk. Yeah, that was my first. And it was the resin ones. Again, still not the perfect quality in regards to those builds, but they were still gorgeous, still nice. I was trying to get the older, which one? It was the older Fire Dragons. The older Fire Dragons was another one I was trying to get. But I ended up just getting the new ones. So, but Striking Scorpions are my favorite, and I got them easy. Yeah, Striking Scorpions are up there too. Those were like my number 2 of what got me into Eldari. The old green Striking Scorpions, yeah. So it was funny because then I found the Dire Avenger box set on sale, really at a price where like you had to get them. It was just that way. Like literally, we went to the hobby store. I saw them. I saw the price. I grabbed them, and my wife was like, "You grabbed those fairly quick. What are those? Why did you grab it so quickly?" And I was like, "Oh, these guys." She's like, "You already have them." I'm like, "I do. I have the metal guys." Granted, apparently the plastic builds are not the greatest. I still haven't opened them yet, but again, I showed her the price, and she was like, "I don't get it." And so I showed her another box equivalent, and she was like, "Oh." And I was like, "Yeah." It was the same with it was a War Walker. I ended up buying, because I got the Dire Avengers and a War Walker at the same time at the same store. I guess they were just trying to move them, which is fine. I got them. I still haven't painted my Eldari, but I got them. Nice. They're great. The Dire Avenger ones. I'm trying to remember if I see. That's why you need to write down your recipes. I didn't write down this recipe. It was a blue. It was a kind of a blue, and then I ended up doing a blue wash on them with a quick highlight, and boom, they were done. That was it. Then obviously the little details of the white helmets and everything else, but for the bodies, they were literally the fastest aspect warriors I've ever been able to paint, bar none. And I'm actually I was really happy with them. The next ones I think that were quickest were the Dark Reapers. Those ones were quick. But yeah, definitely looking forward to painting out some more going forward. But yeah, I mean the Eldari, they've aged well. Gotta give just Goodwin a good win on that part, because man, those literally very little has changed. And the fact that they're, doing the exact same thing on the refreshes and whatnot says a lot. So, which makes me happy. Because those models have aged very well. I can't remember who. Was it Porthammer? They did a thing about which models have aged gracefully and did well, and others that aged like milk, and it was just like, ooh. I know there's a few Chaos models that did not age well. It was like, yeah, no, that's a no-no. We finally painted my firstborn Space Marines. That was just last year. Did we finish them this year? Let me double check. I'm pretty sure we finished them last year. November. Yep. November 12th. Was the last time I finished my firstborn Space Marines, and they're tiny. They go like they barely make it to the chest. These guys, the Primaris ones. So, and it's the same with my Eldari. The Eldari scope creep as with my metal, with my plastic ones beside them, it's night and day. It's like, what? But I still am not used to just the plastic in my hand. I miss the metal, the extra weight to them, to the point where some of them I've actually done washers underneath just to give them a little extra weight for the magnets. I sold all my firstborn and just collect Primaris. Okay. No, I've kept them just because. Well, I've kept them because I didn't have them painted first. The fact that I only finished painting them just last year. That's and same with my Gretchen. I still haven't painted all my Gretchen from my second edition box. I haven't even painted a full squad. I did them last October because I didn't have any orcs at the time, so I was like, we'll do Gretchen instead. I think I only got 6 done or something. I don't know where I put them. I think they're behind me. I think. But yeah, it's because that's the other thing I'm kind of looking forward to, is getting the Exodite box set, is to actually also getting the orcs. Just because I was so tempted to get the Armageddon box, but I didn't, because the only thing I wanted out of the Armageddon box was the orcs. I've got enough Space Marine stuff, and I mean, sure, I could have used a speeder and some of the new leaders roles, but in the end, it was like, eh. But now that they got the Exodites with the orcs, I'm actually looking forward to painting some orcs. Orcs on big giant squigs. That'll be cool. That's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a fun set. I haven't figured out my scale options of what I'm going to do for the Exodites yet, but do more research on that. Get more reptiles and stuff. Adrian's brother. Sorry, it was lurking. And while cleaning up the hobby room. No worries, all good. I appreciate you even just lurking around is nice, so appreciate it. All good. I mean, that's what I try to do this hobby hangout to be, is very much people can, there we go, there's my Dark Reapers. Be able to, do stuff on your own, paint, hang out, clean, whatever. I got one of the guys tells me, just keeps me on his phone while he drives. And do whatnot. What's your opinion about storing your brushes? Ooh, good question. Face down in the water like a criminal. No, I'm kidding. No, never leave your brushes in a cup face down. Never, ever do that. That's the fastest way to ruin them. Absolutely worst way to do it. So it depends. If they're dry, you can store them standing up, but only if they're dry. If they're moist or have some dampness in the brush, you're better off just leaving them on the side. So I do have two different kind of kits where literally I have a kit where I can just lay my brushes down like this, and then when they're dry, I pull them out and then pop them in a couple of cups or jars or whatnot to, because yeah, like originally, here's, my big thing of brushes. These are all my synthetics, and they're all just standing up. But again, these are dry, these are off to the side. My Kalinskis, I have some here facing up, and then I have others laying down below behind me. I have let's see if I can take it up. Kind of a little toolbox. And you can use little drawers. And now I can't put that back where I took it. But yeah, I've got a different, number of ways. Just because, again, before I would go through like 5, 6 different brushes while I painted. Now I'm getting better, and now I'm using like 1, maybe 2 brushes in a session. That's it. And so, like today, we're using a number 2 rosemary brush, and this one will probably last us the entire session. I don't think I need another brush. I do have other brushes off to the side, but again, I used to use so many that's what I did. But now with there's just the one, it's a little bit easier. But again, if they're dry, you want to stand them up. It's easier. But when they're wet, you don't, because if they're wet, then the gravity pulls the moisture into the furrow, and then it can remove or at least start eating away at the glue that's holding everything together. And that's actually happened to me in the past. I was using brushes, thought they were dry enough. I was like, oh yeah, they're dry enough. Popped them in, and then one day where I was like using a paper towel and was a little rough, and literally the whole brush just popped right out of the ferrule. I was like, oh my god, no. And that's what happens. It just slowly, eats out at the glue, and it just comes out. So yeah, I only have them standing up if I know they've been laying down for a couple of days. Maybe even 3 days, kind of thing, just to really, really make sure that they're dry. But yeah, that's what I tend to do. So hopefully that helps. But yeah, getting a little toolboxes, coffee cups. Coffee cups are great for storing your brushes. Old containers. So if you order brushes, you'll get these plastic kind of containers to be able to store them. I keep them, and then they usually come in like twos. So then I'll use them over. The other one was like what is it, like the Monument Hobby Pro Synthetic, and even they come in these tubes, and literally I'll cut the tube in half, and then therefore I got 2 containers for my brushes, and that's exactly what I got for my synthetics right now, to keep them separate in some of my other brushes. So yeah, anything round and kind of a tube-like thing, keep those as many as keep as many as you can. The roll of a paper towel. Oh, perfect! Just cut it in half. Boom, you're done. Just tape the bottom or something. Those are another good ways of storing your brushes. You can even cut them in half, kind of thing, so then you can lie them in, kind of thing. There's a number of cool different things that you can do. But yeah, and we're into an ad. Sounds like chugga chugga puff puff. Which iconic children's book opens with the sounds chugga chugga chug puff puff puff? Find out when the ad ends in about a minute. Chug chug puff puff. Part of me is thinking kitty kitty bang bang, but I don't know if that was a book or just a movie. I can't remember. Did you just show the Monument Hobby brushes? I showed the synthetics. See, I've got these are the old Pro Sable that are made in Germany. They have some now that are made in Germany and the US. The US ones, I think, have a wooden handle. These are the older Pro Acryl synthetic brushes. They've got they have another set. There's the Dauntless brushes and something else that they got. Let's see, what do they got here now? With the synthetics, I don't know yet. I haven't popped them open yet. Actually, I've popped them open. I've actually popped them open, cleaned them, played around with the water and everything else, but I haven't actually painted with them. From just playing with them, book that begins with the words "little engine that could." Really? I have that book. This was my favorite book as a child. These look good. They feel good. They're a little stiffer than than other synthetics, which I like. I like a stiffer brush. So, but I haven't fully used them yet. It's the same as those two brush sets up there, which is the Squidmar, Kolinsky, and synthetic brushes, which I haven't used. I've heard good things about them. I don't know. I'm using what I'm kind of familiar with right now. I guess I should. It's very much like all the other stuff. You might as well use it while you can. So good point. I will take them out. And we will use them. Same with the other ones. We'll use them next stream or something. Audio. Volume is super low. Oh no. It's probably because I'm turned away. When I'm back far, it's really bad. Sorry, mate. Hope it's better now. However, I also am looking at a new mic. Just because the mic that I have currently is good. But it can be better, and so I'm looking to be better on that front. So it's like 1%, really. I'm looking at my YouTube. It is really behind. Holy cow. How far? Wow, this is really bad. I can hear something, but I have to max it out. Barely hear you, really. Let me double check here on my... If I go YouTube... Let's see if I can hear it on my end. No. Rostin, hello. How are things? Good day. Can we hear myself now? Let's see here. Okay. Delays behind. Can we hear myself now? All right, I can hear myself on my other one. No. I would check your volumes or something. I don't know, man. Because I can hear here. And if I do a refresh. Let's see. Pretty good. Just stopping in before I do some chores. How goes the Sons of Rust? Sons of Rust is coming along. It's going okay. We've got 1, 2, 3, 5. 5 we're kind of focusing on. I don't want to work on any further than that before I start missing out on certain items, but I think but it's coming along. How about yourself, Austin? How are things on your end? Love the blue gray. Can I ask the colors? The colors I was using for this? Absolutely. going old school because I use the old army painter paints. As much as they suck, I still love them. In certain colors I still love because they're, and this is one of them. I did a wolf gray, and then I did a zenithal with a fog gray with the airbrush, and that's the original color. That's what I got here. So, yeah, it's they're looking. And then originally, I was looking to do, because my old ones, then I did would do a highlight with an Ice Storm and Gorgon Hide, and I was contemplating doing that with these guys with the airbrush, but decided I would hold out for now, and I'll probably do these highlights with the brush. So I'm gonna do that. So, but that's the those are the original. That's the color I got for these guys. I did. It turned out really good. Not as blue and is not as dark gray as some of the others. Paint jobs that these come with. I think it's my Wolf Cavalry that I did the dark gray, and then I did the rest of the colors sponging. So, but these are the first ones I actually did with just the airbrush, and I'm quite happy with the way they turned out. Nice and smooth, fairly good gradients. Things are so far so good. I'm pretty pleased with them so far. Obviously, this gentleman here, we tried to do some panel lighting, which didn't work out 100%. I need to varnish them first before I do that. That was my mistake on these two guys. So what I want to do is do the regular painting jobs, and then we'll put in do the varnishing, and then move on with that. Absolutely. So, my goodness, why is YouTube's got a bit of a lag? I don't know why. All right, let's continue on. Moving forward. Colors. We're going to actually, I feel like highlighting a little bit. I know, I hate highlighting, and not crazy about it, but we're going to start with the chest pads. Chest plates, going to make them up. Let's go with a pale yellow. And then we'll do the actual armor highlights. Start there, and then depending on how things go, we'll what is it? The sergeant? The lieutenant is the leader on the Primaris. It's a sergeant, I guess. Yeah, I think it's a sergeant. We'll paint that guy's face. So those colors. So yeah, do some pale yellow. All right. Let's try. Sometimes I usually use my glasses for this, but be a little bit more watered down. There we go. Beaut. Really? You're not coming off the brush? Really? Fine. There we go. Drying up on the brush. Why is that? Oh, there we go. You know. Beauty. There we go. That's flowing. So yeah. Anyone else working on anything good, exciting at this point? See, with the Intercessors, we just finished building the Dark Angel Intercessors. So I need to get those primed. Same with the Blade Guards and the Hellblasters and how's it going? Welcome. Yeah, space puppies indeed. How was the rest of your stream last night? Good. Oh, good. I'll do that. I got a lot done. Nice. Ooh, productive streams are always good streams for sure. Nice. All right. This guy. Post in Discord. Nice. Always love when you post your finished guys. They look great. Get in there carefully. That guy, and then this guy. All right. That's good for the shoulder pad to come off. Oh. Get this back on this guy. There we go. Guy should be holding. The stabby guy. go. There we go. Almost there. I think we'll go into the face for the other guy. Just because I'm not in the mood for all the edge highlighting right now. All right, let's try. There we go. All right. The fish. Oh, I didn't even do the fire lizard on this. Is that still active? Kind of, sort of, a little bit more water. Too much. So again, putting some fire lizard in the on these to give them a little bit more wear and tear look. Cross. There we go. Looking good. Got an ad in 2 minutes. At least on the beauty. While we're there, get the leather straps. Awesome. There we go. All right. For the face, we're going to... I'm going to go burnt red. Or red oxide. No, we're going burnt red. On the end. And the ad should be done. Everybody should be back. All right, so we're going. Might end up doing. it was good to get a prime there, but to paint it there, not so much. So I'll take that. Oh, these aren't gripped. These ones are. Austin, I'm going to go do some work in the yard or lurk for a bit. No worries. We'll see when I'm done. If not, keep up the office and work. Oh, appreciate it. Thanks so much, Boston. Have a good one. Hope it be productive. So, appreciate it. Thanks so much. All right, so now we've got. So we're going to go with the Advanced Flesh Tone on the top. A little thick on this one. There we go. Morning. A bit late to the party, but just got up. No worries. Welcome. So we got a little bit there. I need my glasses. I can't. I tried. Did okay, but totally not where. There. All right. So we got the black under the eyes, and then we're going to mix a little bit of tan flesh and slowly start working our way up. Sure, I'm in frame. Alright, he's got 2 scars there on his forehead, so we'll go back with the red. Coming along. Alright. Before we go any further, we'll take out do I have anything darker? I do not. Alright, we'll do the eyes. We'll go with the ivory and with some dark navy blue. Never use white for the eyes. It becomes too bright. I've always found ivory to be the the better color to use. Than the dark navy blue or a dark blue or dark green or something. There we go. All right. There we go. Partial teeth there. There we go. Now if I can do a little. There we go. A beauty. Clean it up a little bit. On the other side of the blue there. And let's do the hair. Actually, start with the. All right, we got another ad coming in. About a minute away. All right, into the ad now. Right. All right, how's everybody doing? Coming back to starting the hair a little bit. For now, and then we'll light a little bit more of the face again. Ears. red orange for other highlights for the hair. Oh. Go. Beauty. fairly good. Just need a little bit of the black here underneath. Definitely one of my better faces. There we go. Beauty. A little bit of the gray wolf just around the side of his head there. I think we'll be done for the day, just for now. Go. Dark blue. Clean up that top part a little bit. Don't need it. That did not work. Beauty. So let's put his face on. What did I do? All right. A little bit there. Hold. Let it. There we go. Looks really good. It's a little bright around his eyes, but it's not so bad. I think it just needs a little bit more on his face, but it draws your attention to his face, which is what you want to do. Nailed it. Beauty. All right. So with that, we will end the YouTube stream. Appreciate it. Have a good day, folks. Well, on the Twitch, we'll go through a few things here. Let's close that up. Multi-stream. And close up the YouTube. All right. For the Twitch. Again, as we mentioned, we've got the Discord group if you want to join. All means, if not, if you already are, super. Just an FYI, we did a Discord only stream on Friday. Had great time. We laughed, we cried. Got a lot of model building, a lot of model painting, and we got to watch Warhammer. We watched a few episodes of different aspects. Really good stuff. So the ability to watch a bit of Warhammer Plus. So if you get a chance to join us the next time we schedule one, please let us know. I'm more than happy to have you. Otherwise, enjoy that. Otherwise, again, we've got the YouTube, we've got the Reddit, and we've got a few others, but that's all I'm going to hit you with. Let's see if we've got any cool folks that are streaming. We can raid. Let's see. Someone I was looking at raiding and they're no longer on. That's a pity. Gundam stuff, a lot of Gundam stuff. Ooh, who do we got here? Oh, you're... See here, more... What do we got? Tizinich. All right, let's I'm gonna raid here, and we'll start that off. Let's see here with the other raid format. There we go. Let's see how this works. All right, well, thank you so much for joining us for the rest of the day, and enjoy the rest of your day, evening, afternoon, wherever it is, and we'll take it from there. Beauty. Thanks so much, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll talk soon. And share some love with the new place we raid.
Is part of all Tanith soldiers' equipment.
Yes, more
And
subject.
we've got another raid.
I think I shall start with you.
We've got another raid we're reading at the moment, but hello, Colossal Meltdown. I hope you're not having a Colossal Meltdown, but how was your stream today? Welcome in. Hope you're having a great day today and you had a great stream. What were you up to? What were you painting? I know it's a bit weird. I'm holding a book right now, but some of my redeems are involving me reading out from books, and one of the books is the Character Encyclopedia. I don't know why they took away his special power sword. We're painting Space Wolf Intercessors. Cool. Well, what I'm supposed to be painting is a base. So I've been painting this base, planning this base for... I'm a heretic, so I'm not doing Space Marines at the moment. This big boy. So this big